Good morning, it's 9:30 and I'd like to call the May 23rd Athabasca County Council meeting to order. First item of business on your agenda is the approval of the agenda. The items that must be held up for discussion to begin with, or at least are as follows. Item 4.1, item 4.2, please add 4.3, section 24.1 CAO recruitment, and that's a 1 p.m. discussion. Item number 7.1. Item number 9.2. 11.1C. Oh, sorry, backing up 10.1. Regional CPO. I think that meets the emergent criteria just because of the timing of our discussion and the need to keep that moving. 11.1C. And then number 12, 12.1, 12.2, please add 12.3, that's section 23, local public body confidences, and 12.4, section 23, local public body confidences. Are there any other items to add to the agenda? Councillor Chamzik, then Wallach.
Can I add 11U, please?
11U, 11.1U.
Yes.
Councillor Wallach.
5.3.
Councillor Wallach is asked to add 5.3. Any other items to add or delete? Okay, Councillor Mins.
11.1K.
11.1K. Okay. Microphone, please, Councillor Mins. Councillor Kapitanek is on Zoom and welcome. I'll repeat these again, Councillor, just so you have them all at the end.
11.1F.
11.1F. Okay. Anyone else? I guess I should add Councillor Holland sends her regrets. Okay, going through the list again to summarize, item number 2.1, obviously. Item number 4, 4.1, 4.2, we're adding 4.3, which is section 24.1 CAO recruitment. Item number 5.3, item number 7.1, item number 9.2, item number 10.1, regional CPO. 11.1C, F, K, and U. Sorry, you said U, right? And then 12.1, 2, 3, and 4. 12.1 and 2 are as written. 12.3 and 12.4 are section 23, local public body confidences. Councillor Anderson.
Item 7.6 should also not go with the consent agenda,
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Item 7.6.
and I'll move to approve the agenda as
Okay. So if there are no further additions or amendments, Councillor Anderson has moved the approval of the agenda as presented. All those in favor? Councillor Gerlich.
Aye.
Okay. That is carried 8-0. Oh. Okay. I was going to add the minutes and I forgot. Okay. Item number 4.1 is these are all timed issues and we've got an hour, so we'll move along to item 5.3 on page 27 of your agenda. Councillor Wallach, you added.
I'd like to move to table this till the last meeting in June,
Councillor,
to table the tourism and economic development till the end of June, to our last meeting in June.
do you want to rescind the other policy at the same time? Like right now?
Sure.
Okay.
And rescind the other policy.
So
I don't know if that's two or.
yeah, we can split it, but it's so Councillor Wallach has moved to rescind policy 7558 and to table the draft policy 7575 to a June meeting. The last meeting in June, did you? Discussion?
Mr. Reeve, that'll be June 29th.
Okay, to the June 29th meeting.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion on the matter? Seeing none. On the question of the adoption of the motion to rescind policy 7558 and to table draft policy 7575 to the June 29th county council meeting, all those in favor?
Aye.
And that motion is carried 8-0. 7.1, Director Chernichen, do you have anything you'd like to add that's not in the admin report?
No, I don't have anything to add.
CIO.
Mr. Reeve, to the chair, to all members of council, at long last, what council's been waiting for and what administration has promised is the financial report up to the end of April of 2023. Be assured that each month you will now be receiving this information updated at the end of each of the previous months. The director's done a great job in providing the details for council in terms of any of the changes or notes in the financial position. Yeah, which I hope members of council will find beneficial. If there's any changes that council would like in how we're reporting this information, please advise us. We'll be pleased to improve it to make it even more informative or meaningful for council. Thank you, Mr. Reeve.
Councillor Chamzik.
I was just wondering, has the county library board meeting or payments been moved to quarterly payments?
Yes, we've been giving them quarterly payments.
Wonderful, thank you. And I will move to accept.
Okay, Councillor Chamzik has moved to accept for information. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, I assume you're ready for the question on the adoption of the motion to accept the April operating and capital statements for information. All those in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried 8-0. Seven point six necessarily has to follow 4.1, so let's truck on ahead to 9.2. Calendars on page 85 of your agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the calendars other than we can add Portage College convocation on the 2nd of June? Beyond that, Councillor Anderson?
Thank you. I'd like to add a Athabasca Regional Multiplex Society meeting on June 19th. It's 9:30 in the morning.
Multiplex on June 19th at 9:30 a.m. Other items? July seems worryingly void of items here. Okay, Councillor Mintz.
On June, what is it? The Athabasca Watershed Council, I won't, that meeting in there, I won't be able to make it. So if the alternate could,
That's Councillor Cromwell, right?
you betcha.
Either way, that's between you guys to sort out at the time.
Yeah.
Councillor Anderson?
Has a date for the joint council meeting with the summer villages in the east been?
No, I
scheduled yet?
think my understanding is the admin team is still trying to work something out that suits their schedules. So I'm suspecting by now we're headed for late June or early July when they're all at the lake. July. So we've got time to work that out. Councillor Wall.
Are we up next for the tri-council for the,
Yes, for the village and town version.
should we talk about that yet or not yet?
Yeah, September. Does anybody have a preference? Pick a county hall.
City of Grassland.
Gosh.
Grassland Hall. Tasha, sir.
I was going to suggest Collington. They have a booster and internet.
We've already done something in Grassland. I'd be more than willing to go to Collinton as well.
What's, pardon? So tentatively Collinton direction, Councillor Mins?
Yeah, either or, I guess, yeah, we have done some stuff in Grassland, so.
It is
Sure, we did,
South Athabasca.
so the basketball last year, so,
4 FARs on the list at some point. They're adding on.
yeah.
I don't think-
Rochester as well.
Perryville's nice if you don't want internet.
There's,
Add more.
Beautiful Holland Brainat.
Internet.
Grosemont's got great in.
So for this time, we're thinking Collinton. Ms. Blair, would you be willing to just look at some dates and float a few for the next meeting? Is that agreeable to everybody at the table to just leave that with the admin to kind of narrow it down a little bit?
If I may, Chair,
Yes.
just through you to Leah, the only evenings that aren't available in Collington are Wednesday due to cadets.
Cadets meets every other night?
Every Wednesday.
Oh, that are not available.
Yeah, it would just, the only day of the week that the hall is not available is Wednesday. Like in the evening, because the cadets meet every Wednesday.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Councilor Mins.
Just to throw it down here, July 13th, that's when the canoe brigade happens downtown. Boats will be landing on the riverfront, and if all goes right, well, that'll be in a little bit of a spiel about later on in the committee meetings, but just throw it down for July 13th.
July 13th, Canoe
Yeah.
Brigade arrival,
Arrival around 4 p.m.
because that's a real, okay.
Hopefully.
If there are no other items to add, Councilor Gerlich or anyone
Pembina zones on the 17th. For some reason, I was thinking that.
of July, there's a Pembina meeting in July. I can't remember. It's the 24th or the 17th.
I'm in a meeting.
17th.
July should be July 24th.
Oh,
24th. Okay.
Pembina on the 24th.
I have it written on the wrong day too.
Councilor Cromwell, you had your hand up.
Ready to make a motion to move as presented.
As amended. If there's nothing else to add, Councilor Cromwell has moved. We accept the calendar as amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried 8-0. You can cross that off your list. The next item of business is 10.1, the addition. This is a follow-up to the discussion that occurred between the village and the town councils with our council. So to formalize direction for administration so that they can move on, is there anyone willing to make a motion to the effect that would direct administration to work with the town and village on possible structures for a single CPO force in the region? Councillor Mins? Okay, Councillor Mins has moved that we provided admin the direction to work with the town and village on a possible structure for a single CPO force in the region. Is there any discussion? Councillor Cromwell.
Would that be a regional program or a program run by Athabasca County contracted out to our partners? I believe we had some discussion about that, and I can pull up the notes here, but there were members as opposed to doing a collaborative approach is more in line with we retain the service and contract it out no differently than we currently do with the village of Boyle. And it was my understanding that was the consensus prior to moving into the tri-council meeting.
So there's no minutes from those meetings, of course, as you're well aware, but the motion is open to give the administrative team the flexibility to look at alternatives and come back to us, understanding the discussion that went around with it. But it's fairly unrestrictive.
Okay, then in that, can we ensure through administration that there's also information on the county retaining that program completely and what it would be to contract time to our partners? And I can make that as a formal amendment if required.
I think it's just to give them the direction to explore the alternatives as they exist. So I wouldn't think it's required to narrow it like that, but you're welcome to do what you need to do. Other discussion, Councillor Gerlich, Anderson? Nope. On the question of the adoption of the motion to direct administration to work with the town and village on possible structures for a single CPO force in the region, all those in favor? It is carried 8-0. Sorry, I didn't see that. That is 7-1. Thank you for correcting the count. The motion is adopted. Please make sure the minutes reflect there was a split per the procedural bylaw. Reports of committees, 11.1C. I had just had a question that relates to that, but I don't know, Councillor, did you want to make any verbal report on that, or is the written one adequate in your mind?
Well, it is a pretty hefty report there to give you a lot of information. But some of the things that we've been working on that are going to be region specific, and more information is yet to follow. You know, when you talk about the mission statement of ACCPA, which is also mandated by the provincial government as required for funding to hold that yearly conference. But the mission bringing agencies and citizens together to build a safer communities and promote well-being for all. A little bit of information for you guys. Working with Staff Sergeant Hall and Sergeant Proposi, as well as some of the summer villages and officers from K Division. We are currently working on, with the help from volunteer boards, getting some rural crime watch chapters started here in Athabasca County for summer villages, the Boyle region and the Athabasca region. Additionally, we're going to have some information coming out very soon on a platform called Rave, which is done via the RCMP. That will be crime updates and information that is given out to all residents that sign up for it, which is going to be an incredible tool for that rural crime to build a safer community. And also speaking to one of the contacts in the federal government public safety division, she has given me some information on grants that we would be eligible to get as a municipality for rural crime or public safety initiatives that work with our partners out in, example, Buffalo Lake, for the well-being of both our communities. So there's going to be more information coming on that. And the Zoom meeting I had this morning prior to coming in, speaking with the Sussex UK Police Commissioner and members of our board there, she'll be giving information over to me on something called the DISC platform, which is a interagency communication system, which would be prevalent and incredible for the provincial government to look at for the communication breakdown between RCMP, sheriff, fish and game, CPOs, and everybody else involved, which could greatly reduce the amount of time missed or communication opportunities missed between interagencies when working on any type of police matter. That's kind of the little update I have on top of what you have in your package.
Other questions? Okay, moving on to 11.1F, Councillor Minns.
I guess what I just wanted to say is that last Tuesday, there was a meeting with the summer village of Island Lake and some of the summer villages out west regarding the water study they're going to be doing. They got the grant for trying to get the water line out. So there was just a real quick meeting, and what came out of that is they're going to generate a steering committee. And all the municipalities, like all the summer villages in Athabasca County. And I don't know if the town's going to be involved, but probably the Water Commission is going to be involved. There's going to be a letter sent out regarding the steering committee and that. So that's kind of like a quick update on that. That's what come out of there. They got the grant for 70 some $1,000. They had to put in 17,000. Ended up getting government forwarded 50 grand. So it's a start. It's a start to and letters will be sent out regarding the steering committee. So
there'll be more coming, though.
yeah, you betcha.
Okay, 11.1K, you're on deck again. Watershed Council.
The Watershed Council, there is a meeting on June 17th. That's Saturday in Lac La Biche. And it's going to be it's an AGM meeting and that. And then just a brief update regarding the Canoe Brigade on a mini committee there regarding the landing in Athabasca. Myself, Ida Edwards and Petra with Watershed Council is on that and coming up with ideas, I think, to reach out to the Rotary Club for having a meal. They're going to land around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There'll be entertainment from about they're thinking about 2 till possibly about 8 or 9 if people want to hang around. A meal down there. They get welcome to come onto the land. That'll be from the mayor, I think. And that, so it's just it's going to be a bit of a spectacle. There's 14 canoes already. And in the canoes will be our counterpart here, Councillor Chamzik has graciously stepped up to the plate. I'm not, but I think she's going to climb in at Fort Assiniboine. There's a huge get together in Fort Assiniboine on the weekend, and that's their 200th anniversary. So, and I'm 99% sure that that's free. And if anybody wants to go there, and they're going to have games and all this other stuff and going on there. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind for this for the Canoe Brigade on the 13th of July. And Councillor Chamzik wants to chime in here.
And for the Fort Assiniboine thing, there is a registration process as well for guests and stuff to come in, as it is a big celebration.
Yep. And I think Councillor Chamzik might be looking for a flag, county flag to possibly.
We were discussing and
We had a whole bunch that we gave to Boyle. Maybe we could
we can go take it down.
we were kind of discussing in one of the meetings of, between the Watershed Council, town and county, of bringing the flag from point A to the end and, having kind of like a journey flag it is quite the feat as well. And it's always a positive thing.
I think, are there not more? We gave them all away.
I believe we looked into ordering flags with a previous CAO and it was decided not to order any, and we do not have any
Any spares?
within this building. So
Okay.
if one is wanted, administration would have to look at ordering some.
Take one off one of the pools.
Well, and I don't think it needs to be a full-fledged size flag as well.
We have time to sort that out, but that might
Yep.
be an RFD to have
Yep.
ready for the next council meeting.
Sure.
Because almost certainly there's need in the county for flags over time. I mean, we fly them, in Boyle, we fly them at our own public buildings. And if our inventory is at 0, it should just be something that we keep stocked on. Like, I don't even know if we should have a motion or if they should just do it. Councilor Cromwell?
I'm through the chair to the CAO, would an RFD be required, or can you, with your authority, purchase a few flags that we can have on standby for such a need?
Mr. Reeve, through the chair to you, Councillor Cromwell and all members of council. I think it's under the CEO's purview to proceed without a RFD.
Perfect.
Having heard council's wishes, I'll ask my communications coordinator get on it and we'll have the people working in the basement with the ink machines printing them up tonight.
Well, and you know, as you know, I drive around the county, I think it's important to me that we make sure that all of our buildings have good quality flags. You know, we should never have ripped national or provincial flags on our fire halls, county buildings, any of that. And I know we have in the past, sometimes that's slipped a little bit, so. Other comments, Councillor Minns, you were partway through. I don't know if you're quite at the end of your.
No, I think, I think that's about all I have. It's just, I just wanted to give just a brief update on what's kind of happening with the canoe brigade coming in. So if you can take in on July 13th, I think it's going to be a pretty good spectacle, I think, for them coming in. So.
Okay.
Hang on.
Next item is 11.1U, Councillor Chamsick.
Just thought I would spread the word out there and, you know, looking at the mentorship program for FCSS, the need of having those volunteers, you know, it's a requirement of about an hour a week spending time with children, you know, making that positive impact. And of course, they're always looking for volunteers with that grade 3-4 level. And also just looking at a lot of their programs and, you know, everything from, you know, young, basically newborn children up to 16 years of age and promoting those programs as much as possible, teaching coping and life skills and everything in between to music.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept the reports from committees for information? Councillor Minns has moved. Any further discussion on that item? Hearing none, seeing none. On the motion to accept the reports from committees for information, all those in favor?
Aye.
That's carried 8-0. And it is, boy, we haven't even. We're moving right along. We're not even going to need a coffee break this morning. So it would be in order to receive a motion to enter closed session to address items 12.2, 3, and 4. Hands, please. Councillor Cromwell has moved. We enter closed session. All those in favor?
Aye.
8-0, and the motion is carried. Let's take, does anybody need 5 minutes to top up your coffee?